Hello everyone, and welcome to my build update Chain Lightning for level 80+. At this point farming tier 65s is easily done, even though the monsters are 35 levels above. Survivability is not an issue, if invest into right damage reductions that I will point out later in video, at gear, skills and Paragon info. If you want go straight to build info can skip to 1:35 minute in video. Lightning skills in general have an extra damage reduction passive that makes them a bit more tough than others. I could actually survive the popular turret skeleton off-screen shots in any tier 60s as long as I keep the damage reduction buffs up by chilling and burning enemies, constant mana usage and critical hits. All of them provide extra damage reduction that when maxed we will be able to tank the tier 100 when we will also be level 100 with right armor and health pool. I want to point out, at this level and up, is not needed no more to have 2 ring aspects for mana sustain, as long as you follow the build and focus picking up crackling energy too. You need to adopt a mixed playstyle of both ranged and close combat. You will constantly stun close range enemies, so don't need to worry about going inside. This build should carry easy the leveling up to 100. But is still a work in progress I do, for his final shape at 100 level. I am testing all possibilities first, in tier 100, and when I have the optimal tier 100 farming build, I will post next video with it. The build info, starting with gear and followed by Paragon and skill tree. I still rather using a staff, is better DPS for Chain Lightning. We are not cooldowned in the leveling process to 100. If at any point after that, we feel in need of cooldowns reduced for Frost Nova or for teleport defense reduction, can try one hand plus focus. It seems unlikely to need at this point, unless they nerf something. On weapon focus affixes critical damage, vulnerable, intelligence, core skill damage or lightning critical. The build can work without uniques, but they will really help for better synergy. Penitent boots will apply chill permanent around us, extra than chill applied by frozen orb enchant. Also the increased crowd control duration is one of the best stat you can aim for in this build, for higher tiers. As now we have the burst damage to kill elites easy before unstoppable. Disobedience aspect is still good, even after nerfs. Focus any damage reduction affixes on pants, and also armor plus. Ignore my all stats rolls on gear, I did not try maxing gear in leveling process. But they helped achieve some Paragon node on dexterity. On the gloves we put control aspect, still nice damage increase even after nerf. We want affixes plus rank of Chain Lightning, critical chance, lightning critical damage and attack speed. Optional, if you are not really trust my judgment of tether aspect on weapon. Move control on weapon, and put smiting aspect on gloves. Smiting aspect CC increased duration is great. Raiment extra stuns are juicy. Even though we have plenty stuns from lightning spear. Like said earlier, build can work without uniques, so if you do not have raiment, make a legendary chest with aspect of audacity to get extra stuns. Ever-living aspect is like almost permanent damage reduction, with the high uptime of chill and vulnerable that we apply. Focus affixes maximum mana, armor, cooldown reduction and crowd control duration. Elementalist aspect for easy 100% crit chance, as we can keep mana over 100. Focus affixes mana cost reduction, cooldown reduction and 2 any defense reduction, or for more damage rank plus of devouring blaze. Although I really think we do not need more damage, and we need focus defense. Build uses the Barber Heart, Tal Rosha and Tempting Fate. You can equip them in any accessory, don't need to follow my placement. Frozen Orbit aspect for 3 triggers of enchantment to increase vulnerable apply chance. Focus on rings affixes like critical damage, maximum mana, vulnerable, resource generation or critical chance. The second ring aspect should be umbral. To sustain mana with crowd control. But I show first the recharging aspect ring, as this is what I swap before boss fights. I recommend you have this backup ring for boss fights, and have umbral aspect ring as your dungeon and general ring. This is not really mandatory, but it really helps mana sustain with boss that cannot be CC. If you do not like this swap thing, you can try use Prodigy aspect instead and never swap, but then you really need good Prodigy roll and better cooldowns for infinite mana. Next, Paragon at level 85. Keep in mind I do have Renown made, and I really recommend you do Renown before level 70, it will help you a lot the extra points. If it's too hard to follow Paragon board in video, I do post link to planner in video description. All my glyphs are at least level 15, with some level 21. As I did focus leveling them up as soon as I can. I recommend you do same, as most important is for each glyph be level 15. The second board Static Surge. The third board, Frigid Fate. The fourth board, Ceaseless Conduit. I choose this board for high dexterity glyph and easy access to next board. Fifth board, Icefall. Like said during video, I do want to focus defenses from this point on. So this is the reason I use Tactician Glyph here, to buff even more the damage reduction from chilled enemies. We apply chill and burning almost permanent to all monsters, so for me is worth give up bit of DPS on Paragon, for extra defenses that will let us farm comfortable high tiers. Towards level 100, I did go more into this board in left side, to grab other node of the chilled damage reduction. I will also add the board Burning Instinct, for extra damage reduction from burning enemies, and nodes with extra armor plus. The final Paragon at level 100 is still work in progress, and I will optimize it in such way that the order of boards will make the requirements lower. During the leveling process I want more DPS, so that is why defense boards are at the end. I will probably set the final shape of build at end of week, after I make all testings, and will post full Paragon board optimized for level 100, and able to hold tier 100s. Next the skill tree, there are just few modifications than previous video build for lower level. As it seems Barber Heart do not interact properly with some lucky hits. The Fire Bolt is for enchantment. Frozen Orb for second enchantment, to have a very high uptime of vulnerable and chill. We really need maximum mana, as much as possible, but if is too much mana for you, can use the Devastation extra mana points into Frost Nova or Teleport. Firebolt enchantment is still strong, after nerf of Devouring Blaze. It gets extra element for Tal Rosha Heart, and also give us possibility to benefit on damage reduction from burning enemies. Frozen Orb enchantment is probably my favorite in-game right now, as we get so much higher uptime of Vulnerable and Chill. At the end of week, most likely, I will upload final build for level 100. Please understand, I do need bit of time to do testings in tier 100s, to have the optimal and final shape of build, capable of comfortable farm those tiers. I am a complete solo player, it takes to me as much time as it takes to any other solo player, to reach the optimal gear. Beside testings, I also need grind for maxing gear in the right direction. Plus, I am also side focusing to get some gear for next builds I want make for season, Ball Lightning and Charged Bolts. Thank you for all support and for watching.